The BumbleKast is for entertainment purposes only. The host's comments and opinions, and those of their guests, are wholly their own and do not represent that of any other entity. Content is provided as is, with no guarantees of accuracy or timeliness.
Welcome to the BumbleKast. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Krause.
As always. It hasn't been as always, though. There's been a few times. A few...
exceptions that prove the rule.
A few
pedantic
times.
little... Anyway.
Hey, Ian, what's up?
Not a lot. Actually, too much. So much.
That
but
you can't,
not
that you
anything
can't
that
talk
I can
about.
share here. Yeah, none of it. Absolutely none of it. I am full of secrets and hashtag knowing smiles. What I can do, though, is answer all these questions that come from our patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members.
Boy, we do have some questions. So let's go ahead and jump right on into them. Alolan Figment's going to start us off. If you were to make a dark world in the Bumble compound, what would happen?
You would get the sickest remixes of the BumbleKast theme.
We already have some pretty good ones, but we could use a few more.
I mean, Toby Fox, if you're listening, I know you're a big fan of the show. Does he even know we exist? Anytime you feel like taking a break from, changing the course of pop culture and you want to just do a couple riffs, hey, we're open to it. Free license there, buddy. Go for it.
He knows you exist, or at least he did at one point.
We met briefly years ago before he was Toby Fox.
I'm pretty sure he was always Toby Fox.
You know what I mean. The man is a mountain that eclipses my existence. Let us not parse words.
See, when I hear Dark World, I think of the one from Link to the Past, which also a Link to the Past Dark World style remix of the BumbleKast theme would be pretty cool.
No,
I would take that. I'd take that too. I would take that too.
But we would turn into animals in that version of the Dark World, and I really don't want to spend any time as a sea sponge myself. So,
what makes you think you're going to become a sea sponge?
A flabby thing that just kind of coasts by on life, letting whatever drifts my way to consume.
Okay,
similar complexion, similar texture.
Okay, that makes sense.
See, I much prefer the Undertale, Deltarune Dark World, because then we get like sick neon variations of ourselves and we look super cool. And we got both a really cool chill overworld theme and a kick-ass battle theme.
Yeah, well, this question didn't specify whether it was the Deltarune or Undertale Dark World, so...
I'm going by what's popular right now. Although Link to the Past is kind of timeless.
Well, no. I was thinking Deltarune or Undertale Dark World, you said. Although, wait, would they be the same? Okay, okay, never mind. I got confused. I thought turning into animals was happening in the Undertale / Deltarune Dark World.
No, that's Link to the Past. Link turns into a bunny.
Past is the
mirror.
Link to the Past is what you were talking about. I don't know why I thought we switched back to the Deltarune to talk. I'm smart, Ian. SMRT.
We're only one question in, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a fun show.
Andrew D is up next. Next up on our anti-Mega Man adventure is, well, according to RG Mega Man issue 55, some sort of combination of the various Mega Man World games and the Wily Wars. How is this supposed to play out, and what would the anti-version of that be? Is that 2 questions? Is that a 3rd question? I guess that makes 4.
Just throw the holy hand grenade already.
Yeah.
What was I planning at the time? I think the plan was, since Mega Man World 1 through 4 didn't have much of a story, or what was there was, paltry, was just to kind of combine them all.
Yeah.
Can't remember if it was going to fold in Wily Wars as well, since it also didn't have a lot to work with.
I don't think Wily Wars has much, no.
So that might have been it. Just combine them all, take all the cool pieces from it and make it fit together and go forward. But to that end, it would be, since it's the Antiverse, Wily is doing something good in the world under the pretense of evil, and Mega Man sending in to ruin his day.
Yeah, so basically the same as usual.
Now, Quint was in the mix.
Oh, right. That was the big thing in the World games, wasn't it? It was Quint.
Yeah. What was he? 3, 4? So that means Wily went to the future, met his reformed self, who actually
would be unreformed,
full super villain, who's like, oh, finally I can just be myself. Would you like some tea and cookies, younger me? And they kidnap Anti-Mega Man and make him good boy, but you can't just send in good boy Rock into the past. It has to be like evil to keep on brand.
Yeah.
And Wily the Younger's like, do we really have to do it this way? And Wily the Elder's like, trust me, I've been at this for a while now. We have to stay on brand. And then they send good boy Quint back. And that's why he has Sakugane, the pogo driller thing, because he's meant to be a construction bot. He's supposed to tear things down to make things better.
Okay. Well, I guess that works. Maybe that's why Quint plays soccer. Interesting. What's next after that? I guess we finally get
maybe the Star Droids. I don't remember. It's been so long.
The Game Boy games. I don't know. Andrew D will figure it out. Probably. Maybe. It seems to be his thing. So here we go. Buttered noodles. This is where with the next question. What are your general thoughts and ideas of using robot or AI characters in a way of exploring gender identity for the character or in general in regards to the greater story?
I think Star Trek's proven that it's certainly doable. And I'm sure there are many more examples in sci-fi, probably fantasy even, that delve into that and do it successfully, I should say. I would offer a word of caution just because they usually frame it in the context of these inhuman entities learning the nuances of humanity, which is fine. It's a great vehicle for it. But you want to make sure that the focus is on the legitimacy of the human aspect and not on the inhumanity of the character that is trying to discover it. Because there's some real easy bad faith takes to be had there, which is obnoxious.
Yeah.
But it's there. And, you know, the folks who would take that low-hanging fruit, one, surprised they can read to begin with, and two, not really a valid criticism to be had, but it's still good to be mindful of it as a pitfall, just so that you don't get lazy with your approach or don't think it all the way through.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some possible minds in that field. You'd have to skirt around a bit, but it could probably work. All right, next question from KB. What are your thoughts on the Kirby Air Riders Direct?
Man, does Sakurai know how to put together a good commercial.
That man will sell you a bridge and you will happily buy it.
Oh, quite happily. He's so affable, too. Just a charming man.
Yes.
You know, he's showing off the city trial and he bumps off of some hidden segment in the high reaches of the map and he goes, oh, seems like I bumped against something up there. Oh, we're not going to look at that right now. It's like, you tease! You did that on purpose somehow. Very informative. Love the flow of how everything is shown off. Freaking adore that teaser at the end with, what is that, motor dark matter or something? I don't know. I want it.
Oh boy.
They said they're going to do another one, and I don't know what more you could say, because it seemed pretty robust last time. Mm-hmm. I mean, they sold me with just the announcement. It's like, here it is. Yes. You don't know anything about it. Yes. Are you sure? Yes. You don't even have a Switch 2. Don't care.
You want it anyway. Yes. That's how they get you. They sell you something you want. That's how they get you.
It's going to be a while before I can pick it up because there's no way I can afford a Switch 2 right now. You kidding me?
Yeah, no.
But
no.
The desire is there, and that counts for something, I guess.
Mm-hmm. All right, Comic the Hedgehog has a question. Speech contest between Kirby, Yoshi, and Mudkip. Who wins the trophy by giving the most passionate and riveting speech? No mic power allowed.
Might have to go to Yoshi.
Yeah.
Because Mudkip, I'm not really familiar with his repertoire, but I imagine it's fairly monotone.
It's fairly limited. I'm assuming he says Mudkip a lot, and that's about it.
Yeah.
This is Pokemon we're talking about, so...
Kirby could be impassioned. Lots of topics to talk about. It's a matter of getting him to do it. Like, he may take a nap mid-speech. Something might go by. Ice cream truck, butterfly, something distracting. He may not make it all the way through.
Yeah.
Only so many Poyos before the boy has to do something else.
Uh-huh.
Yoshi's traveled great expanses keeping babies safe. Yoshi has determination. So, I'm going to give this one to Yoshi.
Yoshi can do it. Yeah. Now, if it were the Super Mario World cartoon Yoshi, that guy wouldn't shut up either.
I'm also thinking of like standard green Yoshi. He's dual lingual too.
True.
Mario 64.
Yeah, he did. And, I mean, there are multiple times where he's apparently talked to him directly in actual words.
Mario RPG, he translates for the other Yoshis on Yoster Isle.
Yeah.
He's excellent public speaker.
Yeah, he can do it. Here's a question from Corvell. Through some tampering with time and space, we get a fated meeting between X10 and 040. How do you think their interactions would go, considering how vastly different they can be when it comes to their personalities, beliefs, and the experiences that they've been through?
040 goes, "Oh no, Omega's back in my original body. Kill it!"
Yeah, pretty much.
Non-joke answer. I don't know, to be perfectly honest. Because X10, it's been a while, one, and two, it's a little hard to pin down. He seems a little... See, I don't want to lean into the fanon that I've come across over time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's coloring things a little bit for me. But I want to say he was, if not arrogant, then certainly self-assured. I guess if he's leader of his own unit, he has to be at least good with people. So maybe he's a little outgoing. He's certainly chummier than Zero Era Zero.
Yes.
I don't see Zero Era... Tongue twister, the answer. Zero Era Zero initiating all that much? Because
No.
He's pretty much the stoic warrior trope at that point, if I'm not mistaken. Again, been a while.
Yeah, I believe he pretty much is. He's a bit of a different character than the X era Zero.
It's not the most entertaining interaction, but I just kind of imagine them meeting up and it's like, so, me from the future. Yes. Cool. Want a drink? Sure. And they have a drink in silence, and 00 pays his tab and leaves with a dramatic unfurling of a cape or something. And Zero's like, he's pretty cool. Wow. And that's it. That's like all there is to it.
Yeah. I don't know. They might. It's hard to imagine Zero saying much. Future Zero.
Meanwhile, the alliance between Sigma and Dr. Wheel, who were hoping to have the heroes fight each other, going, that's it?
Yeah.
We bid space and time for
that? Well, that'll be fine. That works out. DDRMM has a question. In line with the Rabid counterparts of Mario and Rabbids, like Rabid Mario, what would the Rabid counterparts of your Dragoon main cast be like? Listen, Ian, if Ubisoft came to you and proposed this, would you turn it down?
With a knife in hand.
Really? They also backed up a big pile of money to your front door.
Standards.
That's a heavy truck to run over some heads. Give you a count of 3 to get that nonsense out of my yard.
I don't know.
But DDR Master M has supported the show for quite a while. Thus, I am obligated to provide an answer.
Ian, they said Rayman can be in it.
Yay. Huzzah. Marvelous.
Okay.
It's still Rabbit. So Rabid Wind would be very true to the name. Just this kind of snarling Tasmanian devil-esque thing that bites things, whether it's edible or not.
Uh-huh.
Rabid Foreign is going to be this fastidious, sneering, condescending thing that you really want to just punt for the sake of punting something.
Yeah.
Rabid Lissy is going to be a doe-eyed, half asleep, kind of cute in a rabbit sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
Lump that kind of wanders in and out of the line of fire, and everyone feels obligated to protect her.
Mm-hmm.
And Rabid Jobone's just Jobone with ears.
Yeah.
He's like
that makes sense.
He's the common denominator across the multiverse.
Good. Good. Nova says she's going to make the thumbnail this question.
Nova. Nova.
I mean, Nova is the one who did say it was nice knowing you when we
Nova. Don't.
Double L is back with the longest text adventure of our lives. To recap, we share a body, me and Ian specifically. We're in a room. There's one door, there's a bathroom, there's a bed, and there's a window. One reinforced metal sheet covering a cracked window. We have 5 dust bunnies, 1 delicious mouse, and 2 bite-sized mini mice in our inventory. Our previous actions, Ian was baiting the guards and calling their bluff, and then I was looking at the bathroom. So, to resolve those actions, Ian, you continue to make it seem like you're opening the door, adding in some dramatic scratching for added effect. Suddenly, there's a loud sound and a burning pain in your left hand's ring finger. Reflexively, you pull back and see the jerk on the other side shot off the finger from the top knuckle. The pain is much less than you'd expect as your finger oozes green blood. Almost instantly, the wound heals over, but your missing section of hand does not grow back. You hear one of the guards make a disgusting noise before the missing part is kicked back under the slot. You now have 1 finger bit in your inventory. To resolve my action, after taking a moment to process that whole situation, you move to the bathroom, looking for places deli can be useful. The immediate options as you see are the sink drain, the shower drain, or the toilet. When pointing this out to them, they give a thoughtful pause before saying,
I could probably sneak through the sink to the shower pipes, yeah, but I'd have to do it solo, meaning to fit, I'm going to have to leave Titus and Yuna with you. My kids mean everything to me, so I'll need you to promise you aren't going to eat them. I trust you, but this is too important not to have your word, you dig?
You feel that you could probably flush all 3 in the toilet if they wanted to be together so badly.
We're not going to flush the babies.
No, they're too delicious. We might need a snack for later, but we're not going to tell Deli that.
You and me, we're going to have a talk after the show. But for right now, kind of feel bad that they shot off my finger. They called my bluff more than I thought they would. But we do seem to have instantaneous or near instantaneous heal factor.
Yeah.
So while we're thinking about where to send our mousy companion, I'm going to try to take just the barest nip out of the wound on hand and finger and see if that manages to glue it back on. Reopen, plug finger back into place, see if it'll reseal and if we got it back.
Okay, we'll do that. And then I will send Deli into the pipes. We'll promise we won't eat his children.
Absolutely not.
Yet.
You sending him down the sink drain or the shower drain?
Does it matter?
I mean, both are probably going to be vile.
Both are probably going to the same place. Well, I mean, Deli's probably pretty used to traveling around this place.
Well, considering where Deli is on our person, less climbing they have to do to get to the sink.
Okay, we'll do that. Send me down the sink. Dove has a question. Now I have a great job offer. Some guy named Tolbooth, Talbane, Larry something. If I'm reading this right, he needs someone to take care of his wolf dog. It's odd, though. He only needs me like 3 nights a month, and it's very specific I bring silver for some reason. Whatever, I get to take care of a doggo, so that's cool. My problem is, those last 2 jobs were monstrous, and while my resume is robust, I wouldn't call it universal. If this wolf dog thing doesn't work out, you two have any ideas where I should look next?
Given your experience up to this point, I would say interning with an archaeological dig might be right up your alley.
That sounds more appropriate, yeah.
There's a lot. It's dirty work. You might have to get in some tight spaces. You're going to find all sorts of creepy crawlies in there. Never know what you're going to breathe in there because, man, stuff that's been locked away for thousands of years, it gets a little musky. But, yeah, just make sure that if anything does get like opened up that looks kind of ceremonial, you're in a different country at that point. All you got to do is find the stuff. Leave the heavy lifting to somebody else. You're the intern after all. Alternatively, there is something to be said for resource acquisition in marshlands. Then again, you do have to be wary. You never know what's going to be swimming around in those black lagoons. You know, you are entering some natural habitat, so just be a little wary and pay attention to the shape of the water.
Okay. Yeah. I guess go with that. Be careful with those wolf dogs that need silver, though. No, that sounds a little worrisome.
Oh, enough pats and treats during the rest of the time will be fine.
I guess that's true. Yeah, it'll be all right. Frozen Apple Juice has a question. Shovel Knight and Mega Man crossover time. Wiley's current set of 8 Robot Masters suddenly swap places with the Order of No Quarter. Now Wiley has to try to lead, quote, human knights? How does it go? Can Rock even hurt them?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the Mecha Buster can blast through all forms of armor. The knights, I think, are going to be in a little bit of trouble there.
Yeah.
I mean, for pity's sake, they get hit with a shovel. I don't care if it's for shovelry. It's a shovel.
They get hit with a lot of shoveling, though. It takes a lot of shovel.
Yeah, but he's got concentrated solar bullets.
True.
No, Rock will be fine. But yay, verily do I want to see that team up.
I do, too. Mega Man and
Wiley
Shovel
trying
Knight,
to organize that circus would be hysterical.
Yeah, and then the Enchantress comes in and he's like out of his league. Like, boy. He's done for.
Oh yeah. Whatever contrivance is needed to keep the No Quarters under his command will have to be super binding because they would
oh yeah.
They'd be running the show within no time.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, that would be delightful.
Yeah. Swap base with the Black Knight. Terrible for Wiley. Amazing for us. Just, yeah, it would just be freaking wild. I don't
Which isn't to sell Shovel Nut.
Shovel Nut. Good old Shovel Nut. My favorite nut.
Wrong game. Shovel Knight short, because we're assuming Robot Masters went over into the Enchantress's command. And she's just devastated because these advanced automatons from across the veil of time and space are being defeated by a shovel.
Perfect.
And the soundtrack for this crossover is going to be freaking amazing.
Oh boy. Yeah. That will be, I would take this. Like, if Capcom's not going to make a game, at least let someone else make one.
Get Yacht Club to do it, you know?
That's what I mean.
Well, that's not someone. That's them.
That's them to make it, yes. Oh, boy. Here's one from Gideon W. What kind of keyboard do you prefer? Classic QWERTY, the clickety-clacks of a mechanical, anything that comes to mind? I'm admittedly drawing a blank for this month's question. Well, you have keyboards that can fill in those blanks.
Anyway. I don't really have the luxury of picking. It's like whatever the laptop has pre-installed. Mm-hmm. I do miss my dad's old mechanical typewriter, though.
Oh, typewriter that mechanical. Chunk.
That was satisfying. Just
yeah, those are fun.
And just the hum as it resets.
Yep.
I wasted so much ink and paper on that
thing. Oh, well. I have a mechanical keyboard with cherry brown switches, so they have a little bump. They have a little bump about halfway down that actuates the actual input. So it's pretty spiffy. Gotten pretty used to it. It's a little more noisy than a normal keyboard, but I don't think it's too bad compared to some of the mechanical keyboards I've used that have like the cherry blue switches that are like clonk, 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 clonk. That's freaking obnoxious typing sound. I don't think it's that bad.
I've always wanted to try that keyboard that's like split down the middle and kind of curves almost in an orb shape.
Ergonomic keyboard? Yeah, I don't find those ergonomic at all. I can't type on those, but that's because I type incorrectly. So.
There's that, sure, but yeah. I don't know. I think it would just feel weird, like that disconnect. Having my hands in the wrong position would throw me off entirely.
Yeah, I had a few friends and family members who had keyboards like that for their computers when I was growing up, and they were weird, and I couldn't use them. They were just odd, very strange. I couldn't do it. I can't do it.
I remember back in college, I had a keyboard that had that kind of raised rest on it and was separated to be more ergonomic. I don't remember that being terribly comfortable.
Yeah, puts some pressure on your wrists when they're like that.
But I don't have good posture anyway, and I don't sit in an adequate workstation to begin with. So
yeah. I always like the Model M IBM keyboards, old school, going back to like, I think some of them go back to the 70s, definitely the 80s. They're very noisy. They have the buckling spring mechanism. They're very, very loud, but they're very satisfying. They make a good noise, but they make a lot of it. QWERTY, all the way, by the way, for layout. I can't do a Dvorak or anything. Or Azerty. I can't. No, there's no way.
I didn't know there were other loadouts.
Well, Dvorak, which was invented by a guy named Dvorak, supposed to be a better layout, but it's like how Betamax was supposed to be a better version of videotapes. Yeah, so much for that. All right. Next question is from Hero Squad. Stitch in Jak and Daxter. How does it go?
Delightfully. And they come across Stitch.
Yeah.
And Stitch doesn't really want to do anything with them until he realizes that sorry, I'm already laughing at the idea that Daxter just does not like him. And that's when he decides he's going to be the fun mascot companion just to spite him.
Yeah.
So you've got like the two of them just chasing each other around Jax's shoulders. It's like, I didn't say that. I never said that. How do you even know my mother? And just Jax has got that stone face on the entire time because he's got stuff to do. He's just going to tune it out.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and whatever Jax can't handle, Stitch obviously can because he's basically a tiny furry ballistic missile.
Yeah. Put him in Jak 2. That's going to end up being crazy because give Stitch an arsenal. Boy.
We'll just snatch the cars out of the sky and throw them at each other. Punch bottle.
True. I'm also laughing because Nova's doing it. She's doing rabbit. Yeah, she's doing Rabbit Dragoon. They actually look really good. All right. Let's go on to a next question. At least this is a Dragoon question. This one's from Jara. Instead of being adopted by the crew of the Fortune's Lap, Lissy winds up being raised by one of those noteworthy dads. Gendo Ikari from Evangelion, Zen Shifaraki from My Hero Academia, Shu Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist, and Bondrude from Made in the Abyss. How would it go for Lissy, my favoritist Dragoon character?
Jara? What did I do to you, Jara? Have I offended you in some way? Some shape, some manner. Why would you do this to the cinnamon roll?
Ian, this wouldn't be the BumbleKast if the questions weren't at least a little adversarial.
Rabbits are one thing. This is like child abuse by proxy. How dare you?
Apparently this is what you get for hating rabbits, I guess.
You see what their evil inspires in others? They rally around it. It's some kind of strange neurological infestation, a protection.
No, it's what your hatred.
Finally have something that is tearing them down bit by bit, and thus they call out to the fellow infected, "Save us, blah!" It's okay, Jara. There is help. You can pull the tiny little horrible rabbit maggot out of your brain and be free.
I don't think Jara cares so much about the rabbits compared to some others around here.
Probably not, but I was on a rant.
But it's funny. Yes.
Okay, so fine. Lissy gets put in front of Gendo. She is so pure-hearted and wonderful that Gendo gets his head out of his ass, gets over his own issues, decides to stop Operation Human Tang, and saves the world.
Okay.
Zen realizes that there is more to life than just himself, totally reforms, leads Japan and the whole world to a glorious new golden era.
Okay.
Xiao realizes that he's a horrible human being, and before he does anything terrible, he goes and gives Scar a high five. And you know exactly what I mean by that. And I don't know anything from Made in the Abyss.
Oh.
But Lissy makes it better.
Lissy fixes it all. Good. Good. I'm glad. Glad she fixes it. All right, one last question before we take a break. It's from King Oyster. If you had a tiny clone of yourself, would you torture it? Boy, that escalated quickly.
No, are you kidding me? I have the perfect partner for pranks now.
Yes, that is funny.
I go up and make an order, make a point of ducking out of view, and then Mini-Me comes up to take the order, and the person's like, what?
Yeah.
Cop pulls me over for whatever reason. I duck over and hide under a sheet. Mini-Me's at the wheel now, and the cop's like, what? Look at the confusion on the cats' faces. All of a sudden, I'm eye level with them. It'd be delightful.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
You'd have to learn combo attacks. We'd be the best of buddies. Torture. What are you getting on about?
I'd be more confused than anything. I'd be like,
yes!
Hey, buddy, what's up? What are you doing? You just have to keep the cats from eating him on your side.
I suppose, but...
Yeah.
Help me around the house. He can clean all the places that I would have to stoop to get to.
Mm-hmm.
I can take all the stuff on the higher shelves and not have to bend over and break my back. Be fantastic.
What if the tiny clone has a knife?
I would have a matching one.
Okay.
And then you're not safe. I'm getting you at the shoulders, he's getting you in the knees. You're doomed.
Yeah, okay.
Wrong attack.
All right. Perfect. Well, while we ponder what we do with our mini-me's, let's go ahead and take a quick break and come back with more on the BumbleKast.
Two 20-somethings in a sleepy town help a young runaway and rediscover the magic in their lives and in the world itself. Created by the duo of Brown and Schott, Beneath the Grove is a modern fantasy adventure where we discover that when society lets us down, friends lift us up. You can find and read the first chapter of Beneath the Grove on September 27th at beneaththegrove.thecomicseries.com.
We're the bee and the berry. I'm the bee.
Jobs. No, I'm the bee.
Oh, my bad. We can cut that, right?
No, we can cut that.
Okay. We're the bee and the berry.
I'm the bee.
And I'm Strawberry.
And The Bee and the Berry is an irregularly scheduled podcast where we talk all things Sonic, writing fan fiction, and fan creation.
We snoop around at fan events, review the latest and hottest Sonic content, and host interviews with our fellow Sonic fan creators.
Just girly things.
And hey, if you want, you can totally send us any discussion topics or questions you'd like us to talk about, and we might answer them.
Or we might not.
But hey, you never know. You can find us on Twitter, Blue Sky, Tumblr, and YouTube at The Be The Berry.
Okay, we're running out of time here. Gotta grow fast.
Ciao!
We're back with a question from Noni. Got a question for you guys. I was rewatching some stuff on Disney's Descendants series, and instead of asking your opinions on the moral and ethical ramifications of Belle being a necromancer to start a prison island, I'd much rather know how you guys think a Disney villain battle royale would go. Mind you, some are on the level of gods, and others just want puppy clothes, as in clothes made of puppies, not for puppies.
Having not watched Descendants, what?
What about Belle? Being Belle being a necromancer and starting Prison Island? That sounds pretty cool.
New and a bit alarming.
Good for her, honestly. Yep.
No one groans like Gaston, limps along like Gaston. No one defies the shackles of death like Gaston.
Yep. Apparently, Belle brings all the villains back to life and banishes them to an island. No magic allowed. And Scar is brought back to life and is a political prisoner.
It's all thanks to Belle's newfound necromancy. Oh, what a ghoul that Gaston.
She revives them just to jail them. Very good. Very good.
All right. I mean, she's the smartest out of all of them, I guess. Okay. Okay. Yes.
I'd ask if the show was on the CW, but no, it's probably on Disney Plus.
Battle Royale. I mean, it really is kind of a curb stop when you get to some of the higher end ones. Like, what are you going to do with Hades? Mm-hmm. He only lost because of his own hubris and nonsense with contracts.
Yeah.
Like, no, he's going to have to sit this one out. It's not even fair. And now I have to like dig deep back in the back of my head and remember the name of some of these guys.
Yeah.
Who was the poacher in Rescuers Down Under?
I forget his name. McLeach. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he takes care of Shere Khan and Scar.
Okay.
And honestly, pretty much everybody else as long as he's got ammo. I mean, unless Cruella's got her car at a head start.
She has to have the car. That's the important thing. That's the coolest thing about her character.
Yeah. And shoot, what's his name out of Tarzan?
Did I even see Tarzan? I can't remember.
Oh, it was good. Clayton, thank you. Okay, so Clayton and McLeach, they're kind of even. They're both unscrupulous. They're both armed. They're both trained hunters. I think that kind of puts them ahead of a lot of them. But we have Ursula.
Yeah.
She needs prep time, though, because all of her magic is like concoctions.
And no magic is allowed. No magic allowed.
Oh, no magic is allowed? And then she's calamari.
And also, does she function on land?
Oh, sure. Octopi are terrifying on land.
I guess that's true. Good point.
And she certainly has the gumption to make it matter.
Maleficent. Is her default form the dragon or the human form?
Because if
no magic is allowed, then she would be stuck in one of those forms. So,
I'm pretty sure her Fae form is the normal form, and which means the Wicked Witch, who has a name that I can't think of off the top of my head, she's no good.
Yeah,
Gaston, as fun as he is, he's a trophy hunter, but it's pretty clear that guy just coasts on life.
Yeah.
Clayton and McLeach have him completely outclassed, not even a competition.
Yeah. Yzma could survive for a while just on spite alone, but
she knows when she's lost, she's looking for the right lever to just get out of there.
I don't know if she could make it to the end, but Barbossa? Maybe.
I'm drawing a blank. Who was Barbossa?
From Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, I guess that counts.
We're going for live. If we're going to go Disney, I guess we might as well go live action too.
Well, then we're also getting like Star Wars at that point. And do you count the Force as magic? Because Darth Vader's going to run circles around everybody.
True. I guess we're getting too in the weeds here now.
Yeah.
We should just stick to animated. Captain Hook. Captain Hook.
Captain Hook is talented, but I don't think he's going to be able to close the gap.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Although he is manipulative, I could see him managing to play to Clayton.
He could make it a while, but I don't know if he could make it to the end.
Nah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Like Jafar. Jafar can't use magic, though.
Yep. Yeah. That magic really cuts out the knees from most of these guys.
Yeah. He can't do that. Well, I guess the question doesn't specify no magic, but I think no magic would make it more interesting for the ones who don't have magic.
Yeah, we might have to separate it into leagues. The mortals and the magicians.
Scar is just a lion. Well, we already figured that out. The poacher hunts him.
And if we're going just to like animals, that's like Shere Khan and Scar and what was his name out of Bambi? Brutus?
There was a villain in Bambi?
Yeah, it was his rival for like one sequence.
Oh, was that his name? Brutus? I don't remember that.
It was something like that, which is like listed only in like the art book or something. Anyway, Shere Khan eats them both. Scar is not going to beat Shere Khan.
No.
Mowgli had to use fire, had to use a primal element just to drive him off. He didn't even like beat him, just like scared him off.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like a total loss. That's a default.
Shere Khan, yeah.
Scar lost to somebody who was raised on bugs for their entire child and adult life. That anemic Simba shouldn't have been able to lift him, let alone toss him off that cliff. Scar, lightweight.
Scar doesn't do much except have a cool song. Jafar does some stuff, but he's manipulating behind the scenes.
Now if we put them like the magic users in their own bracket,
that's tough. Because you have Dragon Maleficent, you got Genie, Jafar, you got Ursula.
I would limit it to Sorcerer Jafar, because Genie Jafar is either terribly broken or completely unusable because of the lamp.
I guess that's true. Even still, Sorcerer Jafar is no joke.
Oh yeah, he's pretty darn gnarly. And Giant Snake Jafar versus Dragon Maleficent would be hype.
Uh-huh.
I really want to give it to Ursula, though, because she feels like the most down-to-earth and pragmatic, but Maleficent really had it on the ball. Like, she'd won.
Yeah.
Madame Mim, very powerful, but she gets too full of herself. Like, she went to Dragon way too fast and kind of lost the bead, and Merlin got the disease gambit on her. I think Ursula would have seen that coming. Jafar might have seen that coming.
That's tough.
It is, but it would be fun to watch one way or the other.
Yes, it would absolutely be.
We should probably move on because this is turning into a BumbleKast Mini length answer.
Almost. Yes. Anyway, put your thoughts down in the comment below. Lots of people are throwing out different ones in the chat here, so there's no shortage of possibilities. This one's from Nikki Rabo. Congratulations, Ian. Hasbro has selected you to adapt the Kamen Rider series into America the same way they do Power Rangers. The only rule is that you can't make it like the old Masked Rider show. So, how do you go about it?
Oh, I have to do so much research.
You have to do a lot of research. That's what I was going to say. Yep.
Because I'm not super familiar with Kamen Rider of any variety. So I don't know the distinction from the old Masked Rider show from the original. Mm-hmm. So I'd need to consume both to make sure that I'm not retreading old ground in any direction. But I mean, from my limited experience, it all boils down to Kamen Rider is just cool and he does cool things. And as long as I'm in that wavelength, I think I'll be all right.
Probably. Yeah.
Like, does he do a cool pose? Does the scarf flow? is there a motorcycle stunt at least once per episode? I think I'm going to be on the right track.
Would you keep it more toward the original story and the original series and make it more of a direct translation over, or would you adapt it like Power Rangers where they take the fight footage basically and just completely rewrite everything around it?
Again, I'm not familiar enough with any incarnation. With the original, was it that he was kidnapped by the bad guys and they were basically making their super weapon and he was like, no, screw you, and fought against them?
I don't remember.
That sounds right. I could be. Comment below, correct me on my ignorance here, but I'm pretty sure it was the story of the enemy made the weapon of their own destruction type of thing, which I think if that is correct, if that is the way they went, I don't see how you improve upon that. That is a killer idea. That's fire. So just do that. Maybe remix the pacing of it. Maybe there's some villains or plot lines that could stand to be looked at in a different angle, but I don't know. It's really hard to say without getting into Kamen Rider.
All right. Next question. It's from Odd Lee. Dear Ian Flynn, as a fan of your writing, could you consider being more subtle with references and dialogue? At times, callbacks to songs, past lines, or semi-unrelated material can feel shoehorned, where original dialogue might highlight your strengths better. I mean, no bad intent, just that more natural deliveries and originality in your work would mean a lot to your vast audiences.
I don't know about vast, but valid critique. And I have certainly erred on the side of comedy on occasion.
Good. Keep doing it. I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
Some projects I feel like it's more at home, something that's coming out very soon in relation to this BumbleKast, as a matter of fact, was meant to be more celebratory and lighthearted and fun in that regard. But the next, serious narrative outing, I think I do need to back it off a little bit. It's been fun. I have had my jollies. But even I'm starting to go, I'm getting into a little bit of a rut. This would be a fun reference to put in. Do you need it, though? When was the last time you did it?
Yes.
Do you really need it? Really?
Do you need the references? Yes. Come on, Ian. Do it. I'll be the devil on your shoulder. Do it.
I have caught myself a few times, and it's like, okay, you've done that before.
Yeah.
Now you're getting a little lazy with it. Now it's becoming repetitive, and I've cut those out. Those haven't seen the light of day. So I am aware of it, and thank you for the feedback, and thank you for the support of the show.
All right, next question from Olas P3. What do Ian and Kyle think of the year 1998?
What happened?
1998. I mean, it was a decent year. I don't know what came out that year. Was that the year in 1998? The year of Titanic? I think that's what came out. Let's see.
I got my driver's license in 98.
Okay. I was still in middle school, pretty sure. That would have been when I started middle school.
That probably would have been about the time I started getting online.
Yeah.
Engaging with certain communities that wound me up here. I guess 98 is around the point where my journey began.
Yeah, that would track. Actually, that's probably... Oh, I'd been online for a while. At least 95, 96.
The old school computer lab.
Yeah.
Messing around on the old Telnet servers.
Let's see. What video games came out in 1998? We would have been 2 years into the N64 and 3 into the PS1.
Did Star Fox come out in 98 or 97?
Let's see.
64.
Yeah, I figured. Because the original came out in 93, I want to say. I don't believe so. No, I think it was 97. It must have been 97. Because 98 is when Ocarina of Time came out.
Okay.
98 was a good year. We got Ocarina of Time. We got Half-Life.
Wow.
We got Metal Gear Solid, the original.
Oh, geez.
We got Resident Evil 2. Street Fighter Alpha 3, Banjo-Kazooie.
Wow, what a year.
Crash Bandicoot 3. Let's see. Ridge Racer Type 4. Let's see, F-Zero X. Jeez. Yeah, that's a good year.
Good year for gaming.
Railroad Tycoon 2, the original Unreal. Holy crap. The first Oddworld game. Xenogears.
What, really?
Yeah. The first Baldur's Gate. Jeez. Grim Fandango. Tekken 3. Gee. It's just like, all right, list the best game, some of the best games ever made. All right, 1998. Panzer Dragoon Saga. Wow.
What was this, the Singularity?
I mean, 94.
Is 98 the peak of human achievement? What in the world?
94 is usually considered one of the best years for games, but 98's giving it a run for its money, I've got to say.
Seriously?
98 has some good stuff. Wow. Yeah. Let's see what else. What else came out that year? Anything? Did the original Gran Turismo come out in 98? I thought it was 97. Okay, it was like the end of 97, I think. That's why. Yeah. Okay. Oh, North America came out in 98. Yeah, the original Gran Turismo came out in 98. Wow. Holy crap. Okay, I mean, I think it's a great year for video games, at least. I'll take it. I mean, sure. Onyxodon has a question. Ian and Kyle's Jurassic Park Part 3. The year is now 2025, 32 years after the deaths of Ian and Kyle and the destruction of Isla Monteceros. However, someone does a Macy Lockwood and clones them back into the modern world when things have changed. Most notably that dinosaurs are now found worldwide. The company that brought them back, Rye Cygenics, has asked you both to work for them in their new project, cybernetic dinosaurs with weapons mounted on them that can also be ridden. In other words, Ian's dream come true. Unfortunately, the company is run by Rye, who survived the volcano 32 years ago and plans to use the cybersaurs to rule the world, and only cloned Ian and Kyle so he could kill them one more time. How do frenemies Ian and Kyle stop those mad plans, and how cool do Ian and Kyle look riding on Bioniraptors?
So, Act 1 is we're back in the labs, and there's tension there. You're waiting for me to stab you in the back at any moment. I'm waiting for the reprisal. We're both waiting for Rye to drop on us like a sack of hammers.
Yeah.
Act 2 is things are falling apart because it's a Jurassic Park film. They always do.
Of course.
And we're running for our lives, and Rye is toying with us because he's the malevolent master of ceremonies. And it appears that you get the drop on me and shove me into the vat of dino DNA, getting me out of the way so you can preserve yourself and have that much of a better chance of escaping Rye's clutches. Mm-hmm. And Rye buys into it because of all the crap I did to you in the last two films. It makes sense. And the audience is like, yeah, well, good for Kyle. He got one over on that jerk. And that's Act 3. That's the twist. You've exhausted every clever trick. You've pulled every fire alarm. You've done everything you can. You even defeated the Turbosaurus Rex. And Rye has cornered you, and you're like, did you really think you could get out of here alone? That's what Rye sounds like. And you're like,
that is what Rye sounds like. Can't confirm.
Yeah, but in case I didn't, we had a backup plan. And that's when a horrible fusion of dino DNA and technology, charge into battle. Bygones are bygones. Kyle jumps on my back and we tear through there like the most R-rated Yoshi you can imagine, shooting things, throwing babies, blowing up pipelines, eating people's faces, both me and Kyle. Kyle's just leaning off going, biting people. It is a glorious orgy of fire and violence.
I'm glad we're throwing babies. Not eggs, but actual babies.
Yes.
Yes.
These are horrible dino human baby things that are grown in the vats that also explode.
Good. I'm glad they do.
Now, I shoot open the vat, you grab one, throw it like a ball. Whee! Bang!
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The chat says that Rye is sounding a bit like Belle from Descendants right now. Yeah, it makes sense. Wow, amazing.
See, Nova, you could be drawing Kyle riding an Ian Raptor shooting up a place, and it would be great. But But no, you made your choice. So,
oops. Nova's like, you're not breaking me, Ian. You could try. He's trying. He's trying. We're not done yet. Here's one from Professor Scruffymet. The Terminator franchise. What a warped and convoluted mess it's become, am I right? You've got the first 4 movies, Genesis, Dark Fate, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, even a crossover comic with Superman. After hearing about your suggestions to fix the Jurassic franchise last month, Sony or Paramount or Skydance or whoever currently owns the Terminator rights has come to the two of you and asked you to figure out how to save the franchise. So, what do?
I don't remember what we said for Jurassic Park last time.
I don't either.
It might have been something along the lines of this nonsense I just spouted, so who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. It might have been start over.
Might have been 4 films?
Well, the first 4. Then you had Genesis.
I remember 3.
Then you had Genesis, Dark Fate, and the Sarah Connor Chronicles. What was the 4th one? That's the one in the future that was not Genesis.
That was part of that line. Okay.
Yeah.
The one where they spoiled the twist with the trailer.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, at this point, I think the best thing to do would be to embrace the scattershot nature of the storytelling and the unsalvageable timeline by saying that time is broken. All the different Terminators sent back in time have caused a butterfly effect. Time is splintered beyond regard or beyond repair. Thank you. The other R word. I write for a living. And Skynet at this point is just putting out fires. It is trying to put a cap on every single potential timeline where it stops existing. And you got timelines where it fails, but by sending something back, it creates another divergence where it can endure. So it's kind of starting fires to keep itself alive.
Yeah.
And that way you can have any Terminator story. You can put it in any setting, any timeline, any genre, and you're not afraid of the continuity anymore. You know, maybe the great hero that will take down Skynet, their ancestors traced all the way back to feudal Japan. So you got a T-1000 fighting samurai. It makes sense. That's the timeline. And you can have a bad end where it burns down all of feudal Japan and Skynet endures, or you can have the cool end where the samurai beats the robot somehow. And, you know, Skynet ends, but it has fractured the timeline so you can keep telling various stories and you can have different models of T-whatevers duke it out if need be. So instead of course correct, I say embrace the damage.
Just lean into it.
Use it.
I think I agree.
Yeah, lean into it and have fun with it.
Yeah. Maybe follow up on Dark Fate, because that was actually a good one. People actually liked that one, even though nobody saw it.
If you really, really want to piss people off, have Skynet realize that they can solve all their problems if they get a sufficient amount of unobtainium.
Oh, no.
Just wheel James Cameron in, have him hashtag knowing smile at the camera, let people go insane.
Oh, boy.
Would kind of be worth it just to see giant blue cat Arnold in CG. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, boy.
Give me a strange pterodactyl. I have to fight Skynet.
Terrible. Blade Runner and Alien are connected. Oh, no. And then Avatar. Just whatever. Just put them all together. Whatever. Rabbit Haver has a question. In your opinion, does Kids Bop count as censorship? No, because it's intended for a different audience than the original work. Like, the original work still exists. It doesn't nullify its existence.
Yeah, it's a sanitization, to be sure.
Yes. It's a different audience.
Some of the songs, I wonder how they do it.
It's funny. Some of them are pretty funny.
It's like, what's left outside of the melody? But
yeah,
nah. It's like you said, the original exists. It doesn't exist to replace or subvert. It's just an alternative
version
of it.
Yeah, it's a way to license a popular song and clean it up for children so they can still enjoy it too. But in a lot of cases, apparently it still contains some of the same content, so it's like they don't even bother anymore. Oh well. This one's from Reckons. Ian, I still love you, but it's hard to think up questions that don't involve things you're actively working on or aren't finished. So I thought I'd start asking you, Drogoon when once a year, and we'll see how long it takes it to become a meme. So Ian, Drogoon when?
Actually, recently had a big news post about a bunch of Drogoon projects. Lots of irons in the fire. I want this to be a thing. The primary graphic novel, retitling it to Drogoon Fortune's Lap, want it by the end of this year. We wanted it sooner, but DC kind of knocked on our door and said, "Hey, you want money?" And we're like, "Yeah, we like to eat." So we did that. That kind of threw a wrench in the program for a few months, but it is drawn. Adam is doing corrections and revisions to the pages. I've got a publishing plan. I know who I want to put it together. We know what we need to do. And I've got other stuff in the works. Head over to Drogoon.com. That's got all the details on there. And so Drogoon win into 2025, he said.
Hopefully. Possibly. Yeah, you might not even have to do it once a year. You might only get to do it one time.
Well, then they can continue it because Drogoon Compendium win.
Drogoon continues.
Drogoon Outlaw win. Drogoon Short Stories win. And I like this question. This is a good question.
Drogoon continues. The legend continues. So anyway, what you were saying is that Batman came in with his back credit card earlier this year.
More or less,
and told you, hey, want to do this? And you're like, yeah, I guess.
It's the weirdest thing. He looked like George Clooney in a mask. Maybe that's weird to say about Batman, but I don't know. At least to me, that's what he looked like.
That's weird. That's weird. Scurvy Pirate Dog has a question. You wake up one morning as you're ready to travel across town to the Bumble King studio to record a new episode, and then you see something out the window. The streets are overrun with fans who have guns and weapons that shoot concentrated fan ideas. How are you going to get across town without being shot with fan ideas?
If they're that armed and ready, I don't. Stop the car, step out, walk towards them, allow it to bombard me, because if knowledge is power, then a god I will be.
At this rate, yes.
Surrounded by so many creative and driven individuals, I will have every single idea that has ever been thought consumed within my body. And then with my grand and glorious hand, I shall write a sentence that ends the universe. And this is why I say, don't send me your fan content, guys. I don't want to end the universe. It's where I put all my stuff.
Oh, man. Okay. See, in here, I was thinking the streets overrun with fans, like actual, fans, spinning fans.
Oh, I'd love
and they
that,
shoot.
I'm always overheating.
And they have guns that shoot fan ideas, which the idea is just more rotating blades. That's all it is. Just your head full of rotating blades now. Sounds fine. I'm laughing because in the chat they've posted that GIF from the opening of Smash Brothers of Snake and his box getting blasted by freaking energy beam. That's kind of what it would be like. Yeah, probably. Soccer Cod has a question. Can Ian and Kyle pronounce the names of these Swedish towns?
Oh, absolutely not, but we'll try. With immediate apologies to our Swedish listeners.
To all our Scandinavian listeners, because this is pretty much all the same rules.
This is not mockery. This is us doing our best attempt to make it sound bad so people laugh.
Yeah. Jean Cupping? Jean
Cupping? Jean Cupping.
Jean Cupping? Is the O with umlauts more like an A?
I thought it was more of an
I don't know. This is why we are too American or Canadian adjacent to handle this.
North American.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got Ernstkolvik. No, I said that.
Ernstkolvik. Ernstkolvik.
Followed by Södertalje.
Östersund.
I think I've actually heard of that
Östersund. Yeah, that one sounds familiar. Östersund, maybe.
And finally, Härnösand.
Härnösand.
Bork, bork, bork.
You had to go there. Oh, no. We sound like we're having a stroke. Oh, no. Oh, no. Spoiler 1001 asks, when referring to the character, either mentally or verbally, do you ever call him Archibald Andrews, at least to differentiate him from the company?
No. It's fun to trot that out when a character says it because you know he's in trouble.
Yeah.
But I don't ever think of him as Archibald.
Good old Archibald. We're talking about Archie, by the way, in case anyone's confused. The character, not the company. The Might of Geberra asks, in number 5 of the big DC crossover you wrote, do narrative hints from Wonder Woman, Jon Stewart, Batman, Darkseid, and Lex Luthor suggest Darkseid's sought-after powers in the event that you wrote can destroy both series' cosmologies? Confirm, deny, or explain? I think yes, but I need your take. Thanks.
Like, there's words on the page for a reason.
But Ian...
the words have meaning. Read the words and infer the meaning.
But Ian...
I don't know what more to do.
But Ian, the Might of Geberra needs the answer before the guy he's arguing with gets online. So hurry, please.
I can't. No, I'm not going to word of God something to win somebody's internet argument. Read the story, interpret it how you want to, enjoy it how you want to. And that's all that matters.
All right. Twilord asks, would you rather use the power that lets you roll 4d12 than take the best of 2, max 24, 3.72% chance, min 2, 0.0% chance, and take the best 2, or the power that lets you roll 2d6 plus 6, max 24, 2.78% chance, min 14, 2.78% chance? Not a math question, a vibes question.
Might of Geberra, I take everything back. Please come back. I'm so sorry. What I said was mean, and now I paid the price for it.
So
also, Twilord, what?
Twilord is basically asking, do you want to have an equal chance of getting the bad or good rolls, or a higher chance of getting a good roll versus a bad roll? That's what I'm guessing here. That's what it seems like.
I'll take the better odds of getting something decent rather than long odds of getting good.
You have better odds of getting a good roll. You have higher odds of getting a good roll and lower odds of not getting a good roll versus even odds of getting either a good or a bad roll. That's what I'm getting from this thing. And it's vibes, it's not math. So it's more like, do you want it to be equal, or would you prefer to get better results more often? That's how I'm interpreting it, at least.
Why would you not want the better option every time?
I mean, I think I would take the more even ones for, I think. I don't know. Twilord.
Like, no, seriously, all those numbers actually made my chest tighten up. It's I had flashbacks of high school algebra. No. Bad mind touch. Bring back the rabbits. Let's talk about rabbits. That's fun to be angry at.
You can be angry at math.
Yeah, but it's math rules the universe. I can't fight math.
Well, that's true. Okay, Vineclad has one. What are some vague threats one could possibly teach their parent to say to visitors that would make them want to leave immediately?
All right, say your prayers.
Get the shovel.
It keeps scratching.
Yeah, get the shovel.
Where's chloroform? Where's chloroform? Here's your alibi.
I see dead people.
Would you rather use the power of the ledger roll D 4012 5 times 6 pi q?
Let's play Mario Party. All right, one more. It's been a long episode. This one's from Wildcard717. What kind of pets are available in Galaxont, and have any of them, quote-unquote, followed Lissy home?
You have no idea how hard it is to just go nuts on the pets side of things. It's like, let's have all the fuzzy buddies. It's like, no, I'm not making Pokemon. I'm making a whole world here. Focus. But there's your standard array of fuzzy lap critters and personable avian friends who might be taught worrisome things to say in the background. Colorful things that you put in a tank and kind of watch swim around. And then some of the more oddball things like, isn't that technically vermin? Yes, but this is bred to be cuddly. Or isn't that just something that eats vermin? Yes, but I pretended it's cuddly. General rule of thumb is animals within the Galaxont, within the Drogoon universe, are a kind of hybrid of animals we know today. I try not to do stuff that's been done to death or seems too obvious. I also try not to do stuff that is so out there, you're like, how do you combine those? You wuzzle-minded fiend. How does that work? But I'm working on that general premise of, yes, they do exist, and that will actually be covered a little bit in Drogoon Compendium coming eventually. Which did get a lot of input from folks over on my personal Patreon and the Drogoon Patreon. They were like, well, why aren't you covering this as well? It's like, oh, thank you. Now the book's like another 20 pages long. As for Lissy, no, they run pretty good defense on that because they learned from Wind. Wind, desperate for companionship, desperate to not be alone, found lots of friends over the years. Lots of things that squeak and slither and squelch somewhere within Fortune Slap. And you know what? Some might still be alive in the ducts somewhere.
Yeah. Well, is that where we're ending it?
That's a good place to wrap up. Thank you so much to everyone who supports the show, either by being a patron over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, or by being a YouTube member. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Please don't throw any more math problems my way. And we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.
Don't forget to slash your BumbleKasts. You'd have another tiny mouth to feed.
I'd almost say, well, he's small, how much could he eat? But if he's really me, that's quite a bit.
Yeah. You've been listening to the BumbleKast, a co-production of Bumble King Comics and the KNGI Network. Original theme music composed by Ken Coda Snyder. Remixed intro by T-Lopes. Find out more information, along with podcast feeder links, MP3 downloads, and more at bumbleking.com and kngi.org.
I told you about the kitchen light, right?
Yes. What's up with that?
The last thing that happened was they came back with, after 2 weeks of researching, they said, the ones we sent you, they're the wrong model, but they should fit the track anyway. After I sent photos and explained, no, they don't. So I made a video.
Uh-huh.
I twisted it every conceivable way. It isn't compatible.
No.
Oh, I guess we'll replace it then. You could have done that a month ago, you.
Customer
and then the couch.
Service. Oh no! Now what's wrong with the couch?
Well, it broke back in May.
Oh, okay. Did you mention that? You might have. I don't know.
I'm sure I've ranted.
What the frick? Oh, I know what was going on back in May. Yeah, never mind. No wonder I don't remember anything. All right. Anyway,
you've had a lot on your plate too, and
that's fine.
They're going to finally repair it on Monday.
Okay, good.
The order went in May. I have been chasing them for updates, and you said the part was in stock. Oh, we had to order that part, actually. Along with other assignments and concerns and whatnot. You know how it is.
Yeah.
But things are, and he says this knowing full well that it's not done till it's done, progressing.
Uh-huh. Comic the Hedgehog is asking, how does a couch even break? I mean, there's a few ways.
It's a motorized recliner.
Oh, okay. Specifically
help with these mobility issues. And my half...
Okay, you did mention that.
The wire, the power wire, got caught in the mechanism and was crushed, so it don't move no more.
Yeah.
And so it still sits fine as a couch, but we bought the warranty. We spent the money.
Right.
Fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Before the heat death of the universe.
Yeah, well, that's warranty work for you.
I mean, partway through the process, they were like, actually, technically, this warranty doesn't cover this kind of damage, but it did say it would cover it, so we're going to cover it just for you. And it's like,
with the warranty,
I will take you to small claims court. I am petty. I am vengeful. I am the Knight. I am Darkwing Duck.
The warranty says that it will cover it.
Yeah.
But they say that the warranty doesn't normally cover it. But since
apparently
it says it'll cover it.
Don't.
Well,
the other models don't, or something. I don't know.
That's stupid. Wow. God, I hate warranties. Warranty claims. All right.